Hi, my name is Shema. I'm in the Child Growth and Development class, and this is my video presentation on infant and toddler attachment, biting, and egocentric behavior. So for my first key point, I'm going to be talking about the attachment an infant or toddler has to their parent or guardian. At this age, they really use their attachment to draw others when they need help or when they're in need or when they're just need someone to be there for them. And since they don't really know how to communicate, they do usually find other ways, whether it's whining, crying, trying to get their attention. They do use any other way to be able to just get someone to just look at them and give them the attention that they're looking for. Since it is very common, there is some ways that you can help to get them to kind of calm down a little bit or just give them the reassurance that they do need. One way that I like to use, especially in my personal experience, I like to use physical affection. A lot of children like that extra, sometimes just need like a little hug or a little pat on the back just to be reassured that there is someone there with them and like we understand them. So that is very important to a child when it comes to having that attachment issue. Also, what I've noticed helps is encouraging their emotional behaviors, being able to feel that the way they want to feel and express the way they want to feel. Obviously not in a bad way. We do want to try to turn that into a positive situation, but encouraging that will help them be closer to you as a teacher and will help them want to express their feelings to you more personally. On to my next key point, it's going to be about biting, especially for toddlers. I personally work with toddlers, and this is a situation that we do have going on right now. And it's something that we are still working on, but we do have some ways and some techniques that we are using that do help us and will continue to help us until this situation is complete. So when it comes to biting, it kind of goes hand in hand to why children have also like attachment issues. It's another way for them to express the way they feel if they're stressed, if they're just overstimulated. This is just another way for them to express the way they feel. And this is especially if they don't know how to talk yet. They're just going to use that as a way to defend themselves or look for that little bit of attention that they were looking for. One method we use in our classroom to prevent this from happening is when we see a situation where it might get into a situation where someone gets bit, we just automatically distract the biter before anything happens. We just distract them with another toy, for example, or something that will take their attention away from the actual situation. So one method we like to use in our classroom is when we see a situation where it might escalate to a biting problem, we try to distract the biter themselves from the situation before it gets to that point. For example, if they're fighting over a toy, before we let anything happen, before we just take it away from the biter, we try to distract them with another toy to get their attention away, to not want to express their feelings and actually bite the other child. This method, I really like to use it in like a quick situation when I don't have time to sit there and talk about it or sit there and like lecture them about why biting is wrong. Obviously that is something that does come afterwards regardless, but that's just a quick solution for the situation before it does get to a certain point. Another method we do like to use is just constantly having a reminder about no biting and about why biting is wrong. For example, if we're playing music in the background, we'll play like no biting songs, or we'll have no biting books or videos or whatever it is that we can use to incorporate in there that could constantly like remind them why biting is wrong and why they should not be doing that. And finally, to my last key point, the egocentric behavior. Now, egocentric behavior was something that I did not fully understand. I did have to definitely do a little more research into it. So egocentric behavior is pretty much the unaware selfishness that a child does have. And obviously they don't really understand what they are doing or what it is that they are doing, but it's something that most children do end up having, and it is completely normal. For example, like when it comes to sharing, if they don't like to share, if they take everything and say mine, 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 that's another example of egocentric behavior. They're just not used to playing with other people or including other people into their games or toys or whatever it is. Now, when it comes to helping children in this situation, it really just comes down to time and just getting them used to something. So what I like to do is I just like to do group activities that consist of the children working together to complete something to get to the next activity. For example, if we want to get to an activity we have planned that day, but they've made a mess, I have everyone work together to clean up and pick up all the toys and put everything away. This just kind of teaches them that working together is a normal thing and it is very common, and that they should just be getting used to something like this, especially when it comes to people that are around them, people that they are constantly with. Like I said before, I do feel like all these situations do go hand in hand. It's really our job as teachers to just pay attention and see what needs to be done and see what we can do to help them and just teach them basically to be better and to just understand more. This is my video presentation on infant and toddler attachment, biting,